Hello, everybody. I just want to give you a brief overview of what test preparation really is, so you won't have any misunderstandings. It's always best to be as truthfully informed as you can possibly be before you get involved in long programs and then discover that they're not really fitting your life. First of all, you need to be dedicated to changing yourself and your study habits. That means you got to control your social environment, and you got to be willing to change the way you're currently studying. Well, with that in mind, how long will it take you to become proficient? That's going to depend on what type of effort you put forward. If you put your homework off week after week, then you're not going to improve your scores at all. These college entrance exams are very stable. They're written really well, and they are testing your skills, your English editing skills, your critical reading skills, your ability to analyze scientific data, and your ability to apply mathematics conceptually. That's going to take a while. So you got to become dedicated to organizing your time. You've got to be able to take your memorization skills and convert them to application-based skills, especially mathematically. You need to have a vision and mission for your life, not for the fact of doing some type of life coaching for you, but for the fact that it creates an internal drive because you're looking at your future and wanting it to be a certain way. And if you have that internal drive to get to the future that you want, you'll be dedicated to reorganizing your time and changing your study skills from memorization to application based. You say, well, that takes time because you have to go back and correct your academic content. That academic content started when you were in elementary school. It progressed to junior high, and it is currently where it is with you in high school today. It takes a lot of investigation to make sure we correct this academic content. These exams want you to become or want you to exhibit skills that show that you're an excellent English editor, that you're capable of using concepts to solve mathematical questions. They want you to demonstrate if you're a good critical reader by reading certain length passages and answering certain amount of questions. This becomes very psychological because you begin to focus on time instead of the passage. And then they want you to become or have the ability to analyze science data in the forms of graphs, charts, and tables, and then identify a hypothesis and how to use the hypothesis to make predictions. So all in all, it's a skills-based test between the ACT and the SAT. But if you don't take time to do this properly and you try to put it into 4 weeks, you're not giving yourself enough time to change. You're not giving yourself enough time to investigate your academic background so that you can correct all those concepts that you have memorized incorrectly. For instance, you need to be able to recall mathematical formulas real quick. Well, what's the area of a circle? Pi r squared. If you can't recall it within just a second or two, it's going to hurt you on the exam. That takes time to get to where you can recall these formulas fast. We work with students over a minimum of 15 weeks. I've tried to condense it into shorter time periods. It's not successful. If you're looking to get large score increases, that requires a lot of time and preparation to change. Because if you don't change those study skills, you're not going to change your score. And if you're not going to change your score, then why are you doing it? To get you there, we've got to properly lead you and properly make lesson plans. Leading you encompasses a lot of different events. One is digging up the academic content that you don't understand. The other is the psychology portion of the exam that's constant playing on your mind with time, and time becomes a distractor when you begin to track time on the clock. Every time you look up at that clock, you distract your brain from the information on the paper. Your brain needs to be focused on the information on the paper. Everything needs to be organized so that you stay on a timeline and get your homework done on a weekly basis, so that when we meet, you'll have a bunch of questions ready to go, and then we'll have a bunch of information to go over to correct the academic content. And then you're going to need to reorganize all the content that we just corrected in that moment and use it to study. Study routine is going to need to change from 1 or 2 days to every day. If you're not immersing yourself in a study routine for test preparation, you are doing yourself a disservice. If you will begin to change your study routine now, your study routine will support you once you get into the university your freshman year. Otherwise, you're going to struggle with your freshman courses because your study routine won't be diligent enough. We're going to have to test you and test you and test you so that we can begin to de-escalate the stress around the exam. And then we'll use those exams to build more content that you don't understand so we can correct it. It's a long process, and if it's not done right, then your score is not going to increase. Okay, I hope this helps you. We're here to help you. Whatever we can do to help you, we will. But just remember what I just told you. You got to be dedicated to making this happen. Have a great day.